Welcome to Elevating Lives. My name is Charles Zevdos, and I'm the Executive Director of Rise Life Services. Today, I'm going to make a big appeal to help us with our food pantry. Unfortunately, over the last couple of years, 3 food pantries have closed on the East End. The demand for food pantries has gone up by 300%. The economy, unfortunately, food prices are through the roof, and individuals are hurting. And we really need your help to provide them the food, the families, the elderly, whoever it may be, products that they can use. Today, my guest is Ann Vitale, who is in charge of the food pantry, and she's done a fabulous job. We have a food pantry in Riverhead, we have one in Patchogue, and we hope to open one up in Brookhaven. The big piece that we'd like to do is have a food truck that's refrigerated, so that that truck can go to the North Fork or South Fork to deliver food to the elderly and those who can't get to our food pantry. Again, we get a lot of support from Long Island Harvest, Long Island Cares, and ShopRite, the local farmers out here help us out tremendously. But our biggest problem is getting the food out to the sites that need it, and this food truck will make a big difference in delivering the product. Joanne, why don't you talk a little bit about the food pantry?
Okay. We opened up Rice's Food Pantry roughly about 10 years ago, but we were kind of off-site and kind of out of the way. We moved to the Riverhead location, which is on East Main Street in Riverhead, about 7 years ago. And we are right in downtown Riverhead, so we're able to service a lot of people. We're accessible to a lot of people. What we found out, though, especially during COVID, which started, was there were a lot of people who couldn't get to the food pantry. So in addition to the food pantry, which is open on Wednesdays, excuse me, from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock, there was a great need in the area for people to have food delivered to them. So on Thursdays and Fridays, the individuals that are in Rise's day program Without Walls deliver food to about 40 families and households on Long Island, in eastern Long Island, and as far west as Shirley, to people who just can't get to the food pantry, whether it's because of economics, whether they're ill, whether they're elderly. So the refrigerated food truck would help us tremendously, because we know that there's a tremendous need to go out into the community and bring food to people who can't get to us.
How long has our food pantry been open?
The food pantry's been open for about 10 years, but as I said, Riverhead, we moved into downtown Riverhead 7 years ago when we
Right.
opened up the day program. And the food pantry has grown tremendously in those years. We would see, maybe when we first opened 7 years ago, maybe like 30 families or households folks would come to the pantry. Now, in the course of a month, we're over 300, 350, 400 families. Plus, then you multiply that by the 40 families who we deliver to
Right.
every week, so that we make sure that they have food every week.
Now, the Patchogue site, which opened up about a year ago,
Patchogue Food Pantry is basically run by St. Paul's Episcopal Church.
Mhm.
They had a different version of a food pantry where they would bag up food and they would hand food to people in the community. They would just kind of line up outside and they would be handed a bag of food that somebody packaged for them. When Father Reese, the priest in charge, took over, he wanted to change it to be a food pantry modeled after like the one we have at Rise in Riverhead, where it's like a food market where people come in and they choose what they want to eat, not just be given a bag of food that someone else decided for them. Every household's different. You might have 3 or 4 children in your household, or you might have some special dietary needs. So whatever someone else is giving you might not really be something that is useful to you. So that wasn't really helping. That food pantry changed on June 1st to a client choice food pantry, which is like a supermarket. They have been wanting to do that, but what they didn't have was the manpower to be able to go and get the food, to stock the food pantry and do all of that. That's where Rise Life Services came in to collaborate with Father Reese.
Right.
We go to Long Island Cares and Island Harvest. We go to some of the farms, and we are able to do the same thing there that we're doing in Riverhead. Bring food so that there's enough food for people to come to the food pantry and have a choice of healthy food.
What I also noticed is that you take care of the pets.
We
You know,
do. We take
which is
care of the
amazing.
pets.
Yeah.
We go Island Harvest and Long Island Cares have some pet foods, but what we've done for the past couple of years is we do pet food drives, and we'll ask people to donate pet foods, and the individuals from the day program, again, will go around to different places like Petco, PetSmart, some of the grocery stores. They put boxes in the stores, and people can donate when they're doing their grocery shopping. They can pick up some extra dog food, cat food, or toys, or a leash, or something that a pet owner might need, because during COVID, a lot of people adopted pets, and now people have gone back to work again, and the shelters are starting to get overrun with people returning pets that maybe they don't have time for anymore. So we help out a lot of the animal shelters by bringing donations, large donations of food to the animal shelters so that they can take care of the dogs and cats.
Right. I know you're a big pet lover,
Yes,
and pets are very important to you.
they are.
But
People are too, but pets too.
but what's amazing is at the Patrick site also how it's growing, and
It
the
is.
fact that now there's portable showers for the homeless.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about that. That just started what, a couple weeks ago?
That started June 1st, I
Yeah.
believe, or July 1st. The shower started July 1st. I was able to get in touch with Haley, that's Hands Across Long Island, and every other Monday, they come to Patchogue and they bring a portable shower. It's a gigantic tractor trailer with a big shower unit on it. I think there's 4 showers inside there for people. What they're able to do for people is people can just come, they can get a shower, they give them shampoo, soap, toothpaste, deodorant, towels, and when they're done with their shower, they give them a clean set of clothing to leave with, because a lot of the people that come there we're seeing are homeless people that aren't able to, they're coming in clothes that maybe they've been wearing for a couple of weeks. So they leave with a shower and a nice set of clean clothes.
Are you seeing the same people come week after week? I mean, you know, there's so many homeless on Long Island now,
They're all.
and it's sad. It really is, because it shouldn't be.
Mhm.
And but is it the same group of people? Are you seeing a lot of migrants coming in that from?
We do see a lot of migrant people coming in.
Right.
We started, now that we've been there for a little while, we're starting to see some of the same people, but then there's more and more new people that are coming in every week, because I think people are starting to find out about the services. The first Monday of every month, we have, St. Paul's has some social workers from another agency come. Rise brings some social workers from our mental health clinic and the SPP program to come there, and we have the showers. We have the social workers on site. We did have the Department of Labor there a couple of times to be able to hand out some information about job searches for people. The soup kitchen's open, so it's kind of on Mondays. A lot of things are there available for people. They can come in and get a hot meal. They could go to the thrift shop. They can go to the food pantry. They can take a shower.
Wow. Tell me a little bit about the thrift shop. I mean, what are they?
That's
They actually sell stuff, or is it?
They do. They have a lot of nice stuff, actually. The
Really?
thrift shop. Yes, I spent a lot of money there. The thrift shop is open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The thrift shop receives a lot of donations from people in the community, a lot of people from the congregation. We've donated, some of Rise staff have donated things to there. They have household things, they have jewelry, they have clothing, they have children's toys, they have books, and people can come in there, and it's very inexpensive to be able to buy things.
Right.
They have pots and pans and things like that, so you could go and get like an outfit for like less than $5 at the thrift shop, and they make sure that everything is neat and clean and in good condition.
That's great. I mean, the part that I find interesting is that you have social workers there.
Mhm.
Many of these individuals who are homeless, they work closely with them. Many I'm sure have mental health issues that need outpatient services. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, the social workers are able to sit with them. They can go sit privately in the chapel if they want privacy, and they can help people connect to services. They can give them recommendations. We've come up with also a list. We have a sheet of paper that we hand out that has all kinds of services on it. It's a list of all of the food pantries and the help organizations in the area, what days and times they're open, so people know that they could come to Rise in Riverhead on Wednesday, or St. Paul's on Monday, or another place on Thursday or Friday, so that they could go to different places when they're able to get the help that they need.
That's great. Now, we have a Century Garden up in Northville.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that program. You know, I know we have bees and
Yes.
what else, what else is going on
What
over
else
there?
is there? We do have some vegetables growing. We have a lot of plants growing. We have a day program, which basically is housed, the Riverhead Day program is housed at the Sensory Garden. It's a 2.5 acre sensory garden with ponds and waterfalls and a greenhouse on the property. We have been growing some vegetables and some herbs and things in the greenhouse. Last year, Sean Orbe, our grounds and maintenance person, went to beekeeper school and we got some beehives. We started bees. The bees make the honey actually, and we help the bees by planting certain kinds of flowers around for the bees to get their nectar from so that they can make honey. And I believe sometime in the next week or two, we're going to be doing a honey harvest again. We got about 60 drawers of honey at the beginning of the spring. And Sean tells me that we're probably going to get over 100 jars of honey now. And it's a completely different tasting honey because we planted different flowers. So you're able to kind of almost help the flavor, which is very interesting. The individuals of the day program help harvest the honey. They're learning about how to take care of not so much the bees. I mean, we have to be cautious with that, but they're very interested in the whole process and they're very proud of the honey that they're saying that they made, even though the bees make them.
So things are buzzing, huh?
They really are.
That's great. But again, I know we're opening up a day program in Brookhaven.
Yes, we will be.
And we're planning to open up a food pantry at that site too, correct?
I'm gonna work in cooperation with Father Hickman. I do believe they support a food pantry that's right in their neighborhood.
Right.
I don't think it's actually on the grounds of the church, but we will help them to support that food pantry also.
Right. What are your future plans with the day program?
What are my future plans? The day program has grown tremendously. We started Rise Life Services Day program just about 6.5 years ago. And it's grown from 2 individuals to approximately 190 individuals now and growing every day. What a big part of our day program is giving back to the community and teaching people community service, how to interact in the community with other people by volunteering. So we volunteer in a lot of different places. We volunteer at Spirit's Promise Horse Rescue in Bating Hollow. We're at the Long Island Aquarium at the Marine Rescue there. We volunteer there just about once a week. The individuals give out information and talk about the Marine Rescue part of it and try and sell some products to raise money for that part of it. Of course, we're in Rise Life Services Food Pantry and Delivery. We're at St. Paul's. We're in the soup kitchen at St. Paul's. We're in their thrift shop. We're in their food pantry. We're also at Angela's house, which is a large furniture and household warehouse. So we go over there and we help out with those kinds of things. We're around. We're around helping the community. We're going to be doing some work starting. I think today is the first day we're going to be there at the Patchogue Medford Youth Council. We're going to be helping them with some shopping for their the kids that come to their program.
Well, that's great. I know that the site in Huntington, which is called Rise in Spirit,
Yes.
that was really a model program. And what I love about it is it features art, music, dance, and it allows the individuals to choose what they want to do, whether it's go out to a farm or do the artwork and music. Tell me a little bit more about that.
The Patchogue location has given us a tremendous opportunity to tap into some talent, so much talent that the individuals have. Some individuals just kind of flourish under those circumstances where they're given the opportunity to learn and to grow or just to express themselves in a different way. Many of the individuals, of course, the individuals in Huntington can just go downstairs. They take clay classes, they take art classes, and they take music classes there. And they also take a movement class in the dance studio. The Riverhead location goes there, and the Patchogue location is going to start classes also. There was such a small program, they didn't have enough people to make a class. Um, Riverhead goes there on Monday and they take an art class, and they go on Thursdays to take a music class. And we're sending about roughly 25 to 30 individuals to, that's about the maximum for the class, to classes, and it's just brought out such joy in the individuals. And then we're able to hold our art show, which after about 10 or 12 weeks of art classes, we have at the Sensory Garden, we have all the art displayed, and we get to invite family members and friends of the community to come and see the artwork and maybe purchase some of the individuals' artwork also.
No, that's wonderful. I know many of the individuals compete against other not-for-profits, and about 50 pieces of artwork are on display in Agora in the city,
Yes.
in the Hamptons, the National Museum of Art. They get the tour. What I love about it is that they concentrate, let's say, for a week or two, whatever the period of time is, on a certain artist,
Yeah.
and they learn about that artist, they
Mhm.
copy that artist, and some of the individuals, their talent is fabulous.
It really is. They do get to learn. That's a big part of the class. It's not just to go and draw something. They actually are shown a certain artist, whether it's Gauguin or one of the other artists. They learn about the artist. They learn interesting facts about the artist. They look at the artwork, and then they're shown some of the pieces, and the individuals have the opportunity to try and either mimic it or do something of their own based off of what they're seeing.
Right.
The same with the music class. When they go to music class, and they learn about either a certain genre or a certain composer or musician. And then they hear their music and they're able to play along with their music. So they have some instruments that they could play along with. They can sing along with it. They can get up and dance. So it's so interactive, and it's just such a joy to watch them.
No, that's it. That it is a joy.
It really is.
I mean, one thing that drives me crazy is New York State with self-direction.
Mhm.
They want the child, the individual, to stay at home pretty much. And what ends up happening is the individual sits in front of a TV all day. So there's really no quality of life. And I think our day programs are the model programs for New York State because of the services you provide. It's so wonderful.
I like to think that we have a very, a very energetic and a program that composes all kinds of things for people. We give people the opportunity to do things. We ask the individuals, what is it that you want to do? What do you want to learn? Where do you want to go? So we're able to do a lot of fun things, and we're able to do a lot of teaching things. So we teach, we learn from the individuals, we help them explore the community that they want to explore. So each person is given the opportunity to say, this is what I want to learn, this is what I want to do.
No, that's great. I mean, just like you and I, we get up in the morning, what's for breakfast, what's for lunch, what are we going to do today? The individual gets that opportunity also, which is great.
And they get to pick a lot of the activities that we do. They get to choose. They'll sit down with Michelle or Angel or Stacy or Tariana and say, on the next schedule, we want to do this. We want to go fishing, or we want to learn community safety, or we want to learn to do writing. Some of my staff are great musicians, and they're teaching some of the individuals to play instruments. So they'll have music days, or they'll go out into the community again to do community service work, go visit an animal shelter and spend some time with the dogs and the cats there so that they have some interactions with people, and hopefully that'll help them get adopted. So
No, that's great.
we take care of the horses and the goats at Spirit's Promise.
That's funny.
It's heavy work, but the individuals
That's
love
wonderful.
doing it.
That makes me smile. I like that. Again, I want to get back to the food pantry.
Mhm.
There's such a need for that service.
It really
And,
is.
it's $88,000 to buy a refrigerator food truck,
Yes.
right? I believe we're at $25,000 currently.
Mhm.
So we need another, what, $50,000, $60,000 to buy the truck.
Yes.
So I'm asking the community to please, please help us with this because it's so important. Without being able to serve the elderly and those who can't get to our site, it's critical. If you want to make a donation, please go to riselifeservices.org and go to our donation page. And please, we need the help. We appreciate the help. And you're helping fellow Long Islanders who need the help. So please make that effort and help us get to that figure as quickly as possible so we can help those individuals?
Long Island is a service industry place. So in the summertime, there's a lot that goes on Long Island, and a lot of people do have jobs because of the tourism on Long Island. But come the fall, come after pumpkin picking season, a lot of people don't have jobs anymore. So people don't realize that Eastern Long Island is pretty much based on the summer tourism season, and people who then lose their jobs or their jobs are diminished come November, December, January. The farmers aren't making any money at that time of the year because they're not growing anything anymore. The people that work for the farmers aren't there. The people that work in the hospitality industry, in the wineries, in the restaurants, in the hotels, a lot of those people lose their job come the later part of the year. So they depend on food pantries to help fill in, because you go to the grocery store, I go to the grocery store. I'm lucky enough to have a job where I can go to the grocery store and buy groceries for my family. Not everybody has that.
No, and it's definitely gone up. You know, they say inflation's up 7, 8%. I think food prices are up 25%, in my opinion. But again, it's so important that we take care of these individuals. You're saying that demand is going to go up starting the
It is.
wintertime.
It's gonna go up again because
Which is
people are
terrible.
going to.
Yeah.
Some of the restaurants are gonna close. People aren't gonna be coming to the restaurants. They're not gonna need as many staff members. People aren't gonna be going to the wineries or the beaches or to the aquarium or to those places that they come to in the summertime. They're not going to the beach on Long Island where they're gonna support some of the Long Island industries. So revenue goes down, people lose their jobs, they get laid off for the winter time. Their hours maybe get cut, so they have even less money to be able to feed their families.
You know, I'm hoping that everybody that hears this show today will donate and allow us to get the truck, because it sounds like we're gonna need it. And we're gonna fight and try to do our best to help the individuals out there. And you know, thank you for your time and effort and your work, because you do make a difference. And thank you.
Well, Rise Life Services, we don't get funded for the food pantry. The food pantry is pretty much supported by donations, a few fundraising events that we do, and supported by the agency so that we can help the community. If we had the refrigerated food truck, we could go to so many places that people can't get to. We could go to, say, a senior citizen center where maybe the seniors can't get out to go grocery shopping, or maybe they're living on a very limited budget and the cost of food is going up. Could we go to a homeless shelter where people are living in a homeless shelter and they barely have enough money to survive? We can bring food to those different areas, and we can bring it safely in the refrigerated food truck. We can bring fresh produce, we can bring meat, we can bring dairy products that are refrigerated so that it's not in a hot van that we're traveling around trying to deliver food in.
No, again, if you would like to help us out, please go to riselifeservices.org, make a donation, help us get to that goal. And I just want to say thank you to the community, thank you to Long Islanders, and may God bless you all. Thank you so much.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history.